Hello, Mioni here, and welcome back to another lore reading for Final Fantasy XIV. Sometimes you just want to sit down and read a good story to people, and today is one of those days, friends. So this is from the Encyclopedia Eorzea Volume 2. You can get this on the Square Enix store, depending on your region. They might have stock, they might not. Europe usually has a pretty bad situation with books like this of being out of stock. You can definitely get this on other websites such as like eBay and stuff, but you want to make sure you get one that's nice and sealed, because the actual book comes with a piece of glamour, the Matoya's magical blue hat, basically. You don't want to miss out on that, but it's full of really good storylines and I would definitely recommend it. But this is another excerpt we're reading today, all about mounts. So without further ado, let's read through this. Large beasts have long been employed in agriculture and transport. In Eorzea, for instance, the domesticated chocobo was first put to use pulling carts. Following adjustments to the vehicles for comfort and safety, the precursor to the modern chocobo carriage was born, and their importance to overground transport thus established. It was only a matter of time until chocobos found their place pulling chariots on the battlefield. By contrast, the peoples of the Azim Steppe in Othard initially developed techniques to ride on the back of their own domesticated beasts, horses. These came into use throughout the East as tools such as bridles, reins, and saddles made horseback riding increasingly accessible. Knowledge of these techniques also made its way to the West, where they were adapted for use on chocoback. Mankind is still building on them to this day, developing means to harness ever more creatures as mounts. With the help of these beasts, man is able to reach higher speeds than ever he could on his own 2 feet. This has contributed to the expansion of trade and increased the rate at which information spreads exponentially. Now we look at chocobo breeds, and I'll try not to butcher the names here. So the chocobo's long tenure as the uncontested mount of choice among Eorzeans has allowed ample time for breeding, resulting in the wide variety of chocobos seen today, the first of which is a Roundsea. The Roundsea is Eorzea's most popular breed. Roundseas are of middling size and extremely versatile, well suited to everything from pulling carriages to charging into battle. However, their willful temperament means they require extensive training before they can be handled. The Destria. Hawking chocobos bred for war, Destrias can bear soldiers in full plate and withstand frontline clashes while leading a charge. Because their strength allows them to carry even heavy riders with ease, they are preferred by the bulky Rogadin. The Beladian Genet. These diminutive chocobos were originally bred in Beladaya for Lalafelin riders. Their small size is evidently the result of extensive crossbreeding with Near Eastern chocobos, and they are both gentle and obedient. Next we have the Palfrey. Palfrey, bred in Thanalan to thrive in arid climes, can travel great distances while consuming relatively little water. This has historically made them a popular choice for merchants and caravans traveling eastward. They are raised in great numbers in Uldar and Alamigo today. The Flyer. These Ishgardian chocobos are more often known as black chocobos, as their feathers' inky coloration is their most memorable trait. Given the proper training, any chocobo of the Flyer breed can take to the skies. And then we also have the Percheron. The Percheron is a rare example of a new tameable breed, resulting from once domesticated chocobos, the Ishgardian ones, in this case, becoming feral and reproducing in the wild. At almost twice the size of a Roundsea, a Percheron can seat multiple riders. However, the breed's volatile temperament means taming one well enough that it will do so is no small feat. And then we also have an image of a fat chocobo, and it says, "This peculiar stock is playfully referred to as a fat chocobo among adventurers. They appear to be of a mixed breed and unfailingly boast an insatiable appetite and a mass exceeding that of any Destria." There we go. So Rogadins will be just fine on that one as well. So next we have the last section just talking about flying mounts. As the use of chocobos and horses became ever more widespread, various peoples began seeking out new avenues to employ their riding techniques. In the majority of cases, they looked no further than the terrestrial, but some few set their sights on the skies. An early success came from the Azim Steppe, with the taming of yols. At the time, however, the steppes tribes could only capture wild yawls for riding. They failed to breed them for domestication. Other examples included black chocobos and falcons. Curiously, in neither of those cases were flying creatures domesticated. Rather, already domesticated species were bred until they developed the desired traits. Falcons were bred over the course of many generations to become larger versions of already extinct domestic birds of prey, while various magics were employed on black chocobos to reawaken their latent capacity for flight. It is simple even for the layperson to imagine the amount of labor and time that either resort must have necessitated. In any case, mankind did eventually achieve the means to take to the sky. Airborne mounts widened man's sphere of activity considerably and irrevocably altered the rules of warfare. Nevertheless, at no point did they ever wholly replace horses and flightless chocobos, which are at once hardier, longer-lived, and easier to breed. Until the use of flying mounts becomes less costly by comparison, their employment will remain limited. And then we have this beautiful picture that I'll try and get a decent picture with my phone of this mural in, well, it's the Yol tribes basically, and it says, experts place its creation sometime around the 4th astral era, yet it clearly depicts nomadic Aurra riding both horses and Yol in pursuit of Zo. Also of note is the absence of sheep, which would not yet have been introduced to the steppe at the time. So there we go, lots of lovely juicy lore in my opinion on mounts and flying mounts and chocobos. I've always been interested in that side of things, and to have all of the chocobos have their own names and such is quite fun. I really enjoy looking at stuff like that. I've no idea when you actually watch this what sort of footage I've managed to get of those different breeds of chocobo, because it's very unlikely we have those in the game. We only have slight size variants based on who summons it. So yeah, I'll do my best, but hopefully you enjoyed that reading. It's quite interesting. Thank you all kindly for watching, and I'll definitely see you all next time.